Hi, I'm Sean Timothy from Detroit, Michigan, and I want to give my take on Discovery Channel's bike build-off. I'm just going to really cut to the chase and get this done with, man. My take on the riff when everything happened between Paul Sr. and Paul Jr., I really thought when Paulie walked out that door after he got fired, I really thought that was going to be the last I'd ever see of Paul Jr. I thought, yeah, that kid will never make it. But it's how unbelievably wrong I was. I think not only has Junior proved to be a great bike builder, but I think his artistic value, his creativeness, and his designs are just phenomenal. And my hat's off to the guy. Not only that, he really has a charisma and character about him in which he doesn't have to badmouth, and doesn't badmouth everybody else, doesn't badmouth the old man, doesn't really, he's just a real honest guy, man, who speaks from the heart, and you can tell so. I mean, you can tell. You know, getting back to the three bikes, and you know, Jesse James, douchebag, piece of crap bike. Senior, it's a bike build-off, Senior. I don't know what you built, but it's not a bike. Junior, again, the artistic ability of this guy and the leading edge, what he's brought to the bike business and industry, you know, and stuff that he's learned from his dad and whatnot. Again, I mean, the guy's phenomenal. And congratulations, Paul, on Paul Jr. from Junior Designs and winning Discovery Channel's bike build-off. Having said that, let's get back to the, Paul Sr., I love him to death, man. I really do. Just OCC really isn't the same without Paulie and Mike. Paul Sr., I love him to death, but you can clearly see without Paul's influence and whatnot, the poor decisions, especially, that are being made, especially with, like I said, Paul Sr. really went down a notch in my book when it came to the My Little Pony bike. Oh my God. Paul Sr., OCC, what were you thinking, man? Who builds a My Little Pony bike? Talking about things you'll do for money. Matter of fact, you remember, Senior, how you accused anything for, Paulie will do anything for money. Yet you built a My Little Pony bike. I was embarrassed for you. I don't even know what grown man. I could see a chick riding this bike. Maybe I couldn't. I don't know. I just can't stop from laughing when I think about it. Dude, I can't see a grown man riding that on like bike night or down. Could you imagine somebody riding that thing to Sturgis? Somebody would run it over on purpose just for shits and giggles. Enough said about that thing. So I really think that alone really showed how Senior has slipped in his creativeness and his ability to make good business decisions. Well, let's get to Let's get back to Jesse James. Jesse James, what a douchebag. The guy can't even speak English. Listening to Jesse James is like listening to a 16-year-old high school girl. Every word that comes out of his mouth is like this and like that. Here's Jesse James on creating a bike. Before I even think about like design or like anything, I think about like how fast I can go and like how fast I can stop. And that's what I think about when I when I think about building a bike before anything. Nicely said. The dude just like constantly writes checks with his mouth that his ass can't cash. He's managed to do that in real life too. I can't say more. Senior and Junior have like these great crews, man. These great crews of really great guys and they're good craftsmen, and fabricators. And then you have Jesse James, whose crew is, looks like they just did 10 years in Folsom Prison. It's ridiculous. And then you have Jesse James sounds like that goth kid in like junior high or high school that hates everybody and hates life and this and that. It's just crazy. He talks about this, how, he could care less, this isn't about the popularity contest, and, him and Senior Jesse James Sr. constantly referred to this as like a popularity contest, and Junior's right. It's not, and the people are going to pick. The people will choose. Their voices will be heard. Jesse James will sit there and be like, I could care less about what people think, and this, and about a popularity contest. Jesse, that's what TV is all about. It's popularity, dude. That's why they have these things called ratings. And when you're not popular and people don't watch your stuff, it gets canceled. Wait a second, what? What happened to Monster Garage? That's right. That's right. Anyways, and then to listen to more crap come out of Jesse James' mouth. Jesse James went to Israel to learn the fine art of blacksmithing. Yes, Jesse James went to Israel to learn blacksmithing. It's kind of like me going to Japan to learn how to build fine Amish furniture. So I don't know what kind of forged blacksmithing he learned in Israel for 2 years, but I'm going to call him up because I really want to get some custom like pots and pans for my kitchen. So Jesse, wait by the phone for that phone call, man. It's coming. Sean Timothy. Other than that, that's my take on everything. Jesse James has as much talent and whatnot as that other chick who has got no talent. What's her name? Kim Kardashian. Those two ought to get together. Senior, it's a bike build-off. I don't know what you built, but it's crap. It looks like crap, and I guess it would be fun for, I don't know, but it's crap. Paul Jr., congratulations on winning the bike build-off, man. But one more thing about Jesse James. I just can't get enough of this guy, man. He talks about how like his bikes are built to last for infinity and the quality of his work, but yet when he drives his first bike, it's on, actually I looked it up, it's Bike Mania 2. You can see it on YouTube, Bike Mania 2, episode 2 on YouTube. And as he's driving his first bike that he builds and rides it down to Sturgis, he gets 20 miles down the road and he sits up on the bike to show off for the cameras because he's so cool. And when he sits up, the seat of the bike that he just built goes flying off into the wind and down the highway. They have to pull over and get it. It's just unbelievable. And the bike that he built, it looks so uncomfortable. Not taking anything away from Jesse, because there is some things that he does. Well, there's one major thing that he does that Paulie doesn't do, and that is Jesse James has to grow his hair extremely long so he can flop it back, grease it back to hide that big-ass bald spot in the back of his head. That's one thing Paul Jr. doesn't have to do. So kudos to you, Jesse James. His bike looks uncomfortable. It's so high in the front, you either got to be off to the right or off to the left so you can even see the road. So not only does it look uncomfortable, but I would never ride a bike like that. Now, there is a place, there is a market for that type of chopper, which, I'm sure there's like a group of 80-year-old guys that get together all across, all across America. There is a group of like 80-year-old men that get together so that they can like toss off to like Model Ts and bikes like Jesse builds. And if you've seen one of his bikes, you've seen them all, man. So, anyways, that's my opinion. Congratulations, Paul Jr. on your win of Discovery Channel's bike build-off. That's my take. I'm Sean Timothy. That's my opinion. I'd like yours. Bye now.